And hello, everybody. Welcome back to Nick and Jeff. I'm Nick, and joining me tonight is the handsome.
Oh, I'm Jeff.
And today we just finished watching the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. We've got it now streaming up on the screen there for you. And if you're listening on the audio version, we will try our best to describe what we're seeing on the screen. But we're just going to basically recap everything we just watched over the last hour.
Yeah. Nick,
So,
there was quite a few megatons, I feel like, that I did not see coming, and
yeah.
they still have a lot more to share, I think.
Yeah.
But like, I'm delighted.
Yeah. I'm not disappointed. I'm still a little bit confused, and there's a few dreams that weren't fulfilled, but also I feel like that's just our own expectations of wanting forever dreams fulfilled. But let's see, how should we go through this? It's now coming up with Mario Kart. Is it World? The trailer for that up on the
Yeah,
screen?
Mario Kart World. I thought World would be an excellent name, only because of bringing all sorts of Nintendo characters in. But it sounds like they're going open world in Mario
Yeah,
Kart, which I didn't really expect. Maybe bigger courses, but they
yeah.
must, And I really like the idea of the Grand Prix is from like one end of the map to the other. Like
Yeah.
that sounds really fun.
I like.
It's a unique,
Yeah.
different thing.
Yeah, I do kind of like the idea of us sitting there on like a Saturday morning, starting at like 8 or 9, and being like, "Cool, let's try and do." It's like I guess the Tetris elimination. Let's see how many races we can do, and like we join together and try and get to the end. Um, I can definitely see them doing that. I liked like rewatching the trailer now. It is very pretty. Like some of the backdrops and some of
Yeah.
the areas, like it does. Yeah, it just looks like a
Like,
very very
I
pretty
guess
Mario Kart.
even Mario Kart 8 from 10 years ago is still more than 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, like it still looks phenomenal. So
yeah,
they just know how to nail their art style. It's got what twice as many characters. Does the last one have 12 on screen at once? Maybe
yeah.
I
No, I
think.
think it said what this is
Now
32.
it's got oh, I thought it was 24.
Oh,
24.
I thought this is 30. I could be wrong. One of yeah.
Anyway, a lot more new items, new environments. Yeah, I'm like, great
Yeah,
launch title. I think that is
yeah,
totally the right move. Mario Kart will sell forever.
yep. Always.
So,
It's a great
but
launch title. Great launch title. And it's obviously like it's Mario Kart. Like everyone's going to buy it. It's going to buy it straight away. Of course, we're going to buy
yeah.
the version that comes with, Switch with
Yeah,
the.
well,
It's
in
a
my
no
mind,
brainer.
it's going to be the exact same price. Let's pretend it's $450. Let's just say
Hmm.
it's $500, right? Or
Yep.
$600 with Mario Kart, and it's
Yep.
$99 on the eShop. It'll be, and it comes with a digital version. So like, it
No,
doesn't really
no
make
brainer.
sense.
Absolute no brainer. I like that. They showed in the trailer. There's wall jumping now, and there's rail grinding.
Yeah,
Like
grinding,
cool new
Sonic
features.
grinding.
Like that'll be cool. And I saw the different vehicle. Well, not necessarily vehicles. I think they got rid of the parasail and just turned the planes into more of like a glide. Did you see actual like?
Glider, yeah. Well, because Mario Kart 7 had the gliders, and then, well, obviously Zero Gravity seems like it's been ditched.
Yeah, but
That's
they.
fine. And didn't I feel like Zero Gravity didn't really actually change much when you were really playing.
Hmm. I'll.
It looks cool in the videos though.
I think I'll just keep the trailer rolling as they sort of talk about it a little bit more. But I kind of like that they've made it. Remember Mario Kart as a kid where we would literally just drive around the maps sometimes? Like we play versus and we
Yeah.
just drive around and explore the map. So I like that they say you can drive anywhere, you can go anywhere, and it's just
Mm.
one big world. You go from the towns to the cities to the deserts, and
Yeah. That's
yeah,
really cool.
it looks
Only
cool.
with the power of the Switch 2 and the
Yeah.
new faster loading.
I was wrong though. I have to eat my own words here, thinking that yeah, I really thought they'd call it some sort of Nintendo Kart, and like I don't see because that's the thing we've gone
There,
three steps
there are
forward,
so
one
many
step back.
there's so many like obscure Nintendo characters, and they've gone to town with the outfits
Yeah,
as well, which I appreciate because I think when you load up Mario
yeah,
Kart Tour, like we played, when it first came out, you load
yeah,
that up now, and they're just like 17 outfits for Daisy, and a
yeah,
million more for Mario. Like it's just insane. So having the customizable outfits, I
yeah.
think it's actually like a good reward for playing as well.
Absolutely,
Um,
but still no Link, no Inklings. Obviously
Nick,
they've taken him back.
there is time. They released they doubled the tracks from the Wii U version, 6 years after it came out on Switch. So
True,
anything
true.
can happen.
I can see them.
They could plop in a whole Hyrule world, a Splatoon world, Animal
Yeah,
Crossing
I was
world
gonna
onto the
say
edges
yeah.
of the map.
Yeah, I could very much see them just doing more worlds and adding them on, like a Disneyland type of thing, of just adding on, a Zelda world, a Splatoon
Yeah.
world, like you said.
What I noticed, I could be wrong, that some of the names in the levels seem like they were original, like previous tracks,
Mm,
and I just wondered if they've dumped those into the world, or if I've just read it wrong.
yeah, I'm not sure, but it
But
like.
anyway, we have a Mario Kart Direct coming in 2 weeks,
Oh,
so
okay, yeah. So
great.
we'll watch them. We'll talk more about Mario Kart then. Yeah, I think I'm most excited about the just play and try and get to number one, like the Tetris elimination thing, and yeah, try and win that way. I think that'll be cool.
Mm.
Good title name. It looks pretty. A very very
Um,
safe choice for Nintendo, I think.
the next bit, a bit of a new UI feature with like game chat sharing the C button. I don't
Yeah.
think any of us really figured out what the C stood for, but
No.
chat was probably the most, most in your face. Hey, it's neat. It's really low frame rate, but I guess it doesn't really matter. I think I get what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
They're trying to, share the experience wherever you are with your friends, which, playing couch cop is the best, right? We're all
Yeah.
next to each other, elbowing each other.
Yeah.
And now they're going to elevate that with the Nintendo Switch camera. That seems to me the most.
Yeah.
I would not picture that happening.
I agree. I think it's a feature that I don't think we'll use very often, I imagine. Like maybe if there's, say, so I don't know, because I feel like when Breath of the Wild came out, that's a game that I kind of want to just sit there and just play by myself a little and like maybe message you little secrets back and forth, but I don't really
Yeah.
necessarily want your face in the corner the whole time talking to me as we play. Like I appreciate the little messages back and forth that we'd send, like, oh, I've just discovered this. Oh, have you seen this? Or like screenshot
Yeah.
we'd send. But if we're playing Mario Kart, very much, yeah, like or some sort of game that doesn't require the whole
But like, I still remember like the day we were all playing Zelda, just taking turns playing Zelda,
yeah.
on the Switch, on like ran out of battery, and the day we played Pokemon Legends, like all day, and like I
Yeah.
just thought that was so great, and
Yeah.
I guess they're just trying to reinvent that somehow.
Yeah.
Like it's cool,
That's
it's
it.
unique.
Yeah.
I didn't see
Yeah.
that happening.
Yeah, I definitely think it's something more for the kids, and I think like I can very much see my niece and nephew, like if I'm playing a game, they'll jump in and like I'll have their face on while I play Mario Kart or something like that, and I think they'd really enjoy that.
I did not see any children in any of these trailers.
No, they'll
They're
be
all
there.
adults.
They're all adults. Yeah, actually, you know what? I just saw on the screen. They had the T Rex in Mario Kart. While they're showing all these capture features.
Yeah.
Remember like the
They got,
level
they
with
got
the
lots
yeah,
of characters.
yeah. But I like
They
the
got the
fact that
crab. They
yeah,
got one of the bees is back. Not
yeah.
not Queen Bee, but just
But I like the fact that it's like chat and share at the same time. While like it doesn't matter
yeah,
what game you're playing. It doesn't matter what game. Like if I'm just running around collecting stars in
yeah.
Mario or playing Pikmin or something like that, I would absolutely, if you're playing, yeah, jump on.
I can see you using it.
Yeah, it looks cool. I think you're right. Everybody was definitely fooled. I think the rumor online was that it was cursor mode, or I think cursor mode was a very popular sort of, or some sort of extra capture, but definitely not chat. Definitely not
I
game
guess
chat.
that while we're still talking about like the other UI features, which is a bit later on in the direct, Nick, but the game sharing feature, which seems like even some of the older original Switch titles, you'd be able to essentially DS download play games to other Switch units.
Yeah,
So if you can't share the TV, you can all share your own Switches, which is like it's a really unique, good thing I think as well. That's cool.
yeah. I guess in conjunction with them mentioning game chat, they also went on to mention the Switch 2 camera. What do you think about the camera, Jimmy?
Yeah. I cool. Like Xbox had Connect. You had the PS4 camera. You had the PS5 camera.
Yep.
It's weird that hey, here's this giant camera ball floating in your living room,
Yeah,
but then most people have security cameras all around their house anyway,
I
like
guess
inside
so.
and outside. Like you got your phone that's looking at you 24/7, and then you got idiots that like, oh, I'll shut my laptop, little camera
Yeah,
window
because
thing,
people are worried it's
and
gonna.
like whilst they look at their phone, like it just doesn't really make sense.
No.
Um,
Let's see. I don't.
but
I don't really care that there's another camera in my house, but I think it does look a bit weird. Like it has its own stand and it just pops up. Like say
yeah,
the PlayStation camera or my webcam, for example, it just sort of just sits on top of
sits
my
on the TV.
just sits on top of my TV, sits on top of the monitor, and just kind of like even you can see it just there in the background. My little, you know, PS
I mean,
PS
we're
camera.
we're staring at webcams right now, so We say it's bizarre, but really, is it?
I think it's just the design. I think it's got this orb on a stand. It just looks a bit weird.
Yeah.
I think it'll look a bit sort of cumbersome in the
Do you
lantern,
know what I
but
do hate is
I'll still buy it.
I think well they haven't really said I haven't seen the side of the dock. I can't remember if it's both USB A ports on the side, but then it's got the camera is plugged into the top of the Switch,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So that means if you if you want to play dock and play with the camera, cool, you can totally do that.
Yep.
But now it's like, oh, I want to take my Switch out. I've got to undock the camera,
Yep.
and then because it's only goes to the USB-C port, and if the ones on the side are on the USB-A, that's like just another barrier for you to chop and change.
Just more wires, more things going all over the place.
Yeah.
I do. I'm sort of switching all over the place because it's just it's things popping up.
Well, just tell me what. Tell me. I'm on the UK streams. What just what timestamp are you up to?
I guess I don't see an actual time, but I've got the bit where it talks about I guess the game share feature. But is it still game share? Well, no,
I don't know where that is.
They're talking about the actual system itself. So it goes like Mario Kart, and then after Mario Kart has the capture, and then the camera, and sort of game share right after it. So I think that it's cool that game share has come back. Just the fact that like it was a
yeah.
the feature from
it's neat.
it's a feature from the DS. A feature from the DS.
Yeah.
Like download play.
I just think it's just like it just removes barriers to playing stuff. And like how many times like, oh, back in the day, like, oh, we can all play Mario Kart together, or like whatever the scenario was. Oh, sorry, I didn't bring my Mario Kart 8 Switch game card title on my Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
And so then that person couldn't play Mario Kart. You're like, screw you, or whatever.
Yeah.
And now that kind of alleviates that. So if the two of you are on the bus and only one of you has the game, then you can have a great time.
Even better, like
cool.
like the days that I think was it Mario Kart 8. Oh, sorry, Mario Kart on the DS. You could have 8 people playing, was it? And so like only one person had to buy the game, and everyone could just join in and play, which is like I
Nick,
look forward to that.
The GBA. I think this thing launched on the GBA because the original Mario Kart Super Circuit, you could have the link cable and you could load like 4 levels or whatever to other people as well.
Wow.
Yeah, but then you couldn't turn the game over by yourself.
Yeah, so I think that's really cool.
Adding that stuff along with the digital game sharing stuff, which is it's a bit obviously we don't have it yet. We don't 100% know how it works, and it's a bit finicky. But it's still like, hey, at least they're trying to like, hey, you want to share the game to your friend for 2 weeks for them to try it out? Like, I still think that's cool in a unique way.
I think it's great. Yeah, it's fantastic. And I
mean, the next best thing is just here's my login, but that that's illegal, Nick.
Yeah, no.
And I don't want to share my save file with you.
Well, that's fair. Next thing they wanted to talk about was just, I guess, the system itself. So, I mean, we knew about the Joy-Cons, the magnetic Joy-Cons, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But just I guess I would like to talk about just how powerful it is that we weren't expecting about.
My thing flashed at 43 minutes. High definition display, 1080p screen, which that's great, cool, awesome. But then it said 4K, and then it said 120 FPS output, which I don't expect many games to actually do that.
I think it was
But
it was 4K 60 FPS.
But still, that just means a really high refresh rate. It just means lots of options.
Yeah.
I hate options in games. You just give me the best thing you wanted to think, but it's still good to have.
But even better, like again, sorry, I'm just so excited about it all. It's hard to get all. I'm trying to get so many thoughts and words out at the same time. But yeah, like the choice that 4K and 60 FPS, like I said during the stream, even my PS5 doesn't do 4K 60 FPS.
I don't know if it does both, Nick. I think that's a pipe dream. I think that's just options.
Well,
but I guess what it does mean, on the tablet itself, you can do 120 frames per second in some games somehow.
In 1080p, yeah.
In 1080p, definitely.
Yeah. Which is just
the dock having a fan. Does that mean the dock has extra power as well? Is that just there to cool the unit?
No, they said in docked mode it did have like a better resolution, I think, and it was just it ran better, which is good.
Okay, Nick, what about like mouse mode? Like, I feel, man, you should put that UK stream on because the timestamps are good.
I'm the one recording, so
I know,
I think if anyone has to
I know.
switch, it has to be you.
The mouse mode, I felt like it was like it's there, but I haven't. There's nothing there I would solve of like how and when do you use mouse mode? I just
Yeah,
don't know the use case.
they didn't really talk about
Jake,
like mouse mode. Are you
Jake
putting
said it well. Like
where are you putting the
Jake said
controllers?
it well. Like how do you put them in?
No, you said yeah, you're saying about Jake.
I'm like, how often do people use tablet mode, like sorry, tabletop mode?
Yeah,
And there has been some very rare circumstances where, yes, I absolutely used it, but 90% of the time, the Joy Cons are together whilst I'm at a sitting down somewhere.
yeah.
I do play a table, maybe very rarely, but it just seems not a super common use case for me anyway.
Yeah, and so the only other option is you put your Switch in the dock, and then what? You're putting the Joy Cons on your couch or on your leg while you're trying to play games. Like I don't really know how that's supposed to. Yeah, I can't see it being a feature. I think it's just the gimmick to get just their fun little thing of
PC ports,
yeah, maybe, but
Civ 7 or whatever it is.
yeah, I can't imagine it'll be like with 1-2 Switch. There was a handful of little gimmicks like the HD rumble and the infrared sensor and everything that they'll use for half a dozen games in the first 12 months of the Switch 2 releasing, and then that'll be swept under the rug and forgotten about forever.
Yeah, I just saw the swivel of the dock. It's two USB-A ports on the side.
Yeah, which is interesting.
I mean, just give me one of each.
Yeah. Then moving on. Oh, what do you think of what was it called? Switch Tour. Welcome Tour.
Okay. I like it. It seems neat, right?
Hmm.
There's a game called
Astrobot.
Good Job. Good Job. And so it was a two-player co-op game. I don't know if Nintendo actually made it. It was Nintendo published, right? So I guess it is a Nintendo title. It was about $20. And there was another one called like The Stretches or something, like two ambulance guys. Anyway, it's all like little micro management stuff, and that aesthetic combined with the Labo and I guess that Game Builder Garage game I don't think we played.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it seemed really neat, but like that's a paid game. That's the bit I don't get.
Yeah.
That I mean I don't know the price, but knowing Nintendo, it's like, hey, yeah, this is a 50, full priced game.
Mm-hmm.
And like 1-2 Switch. Oh man, that's the only Switch game I returned.
Yeah.
I
Who
like
knows?
that just didn't make
Yeah.
sense. This should be a free pack in. Like, hey, the Switch 2
Yes.
does all these incredible things. Try them out. Like, and then it sort of educates everyone too
Yes.
as well. Like, hey, you can play all these different modes. You can pull these things apart. Look at all this technology. Like, you spent.
Yes.
We haven't determined how much the things cost yet, but you spent probably $600 on this. Look what it can do. Like,
Yes. I
it's
agree.
cool.
It just because I feel like I was burned by 1-2 Switch, and if this game's any more than like if it's 40 Australian dollars, I feel like I'll buy it. But anything more than that is like I feel like you're asking a lot for a game that is essentially like Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome to It is
An
essentially
education tool.
it's essentially just like a tech demo. Like it's a pretty tech demo. So I don't know if I don't know if I'm sold on
You
that.
know what? You know how
Should
they're
be
doing
packed
this
in.
tour of taking the Switch all around the world and people are going to get to play it? This will be the only game.
Oh God.
Could you imagine?
Yeah. It's not even like it didn't even look like a versus game either. Like at least 1-2 Switch had versus games. But
Yeah.
anyway.
It's a neat technology demo, but I think hearing the words paid, quite the turn off. And it is not Nintendo Land, if that makes sense as well. Like, we paid for Nintendo Land on Wii U, which is kind of the same thing. Look at all the things that Wii U tablet
Yeah,
can
but
do.
Nintendo Land was
But
fun.
Yeah.
Nintendo Land was fun. So anyway, moving on. We've got the release date of was it 5th or 6th of June? I saw on my screen before.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
I'm happy with it.
I wanted it at the end of the month, to be honest, but
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not mad. I'm not mad about it anymore.
no. I'm happy. I'm happy with the release date because I feel like I would have been happy with end of May, but it's very early June. It's very early June, so it's like a week into June. So I feel like that's not too bad.
My stupid dilemma is I'm like, I should have just asked for my holidays. I booked my holidays. I got my new job.
Yeah,
I canceled my holiday, like my huge amount of holidays to
yeah,
take the new job, and I switched them back. And then I'm like, oh, 1st of May to the 28th of May.
yeah,
I should have just done an extra week, and now I'm gonna have to ask for like the day off. That's fine.
yeah.
I'll make that happen.
I don't mind. I'm glad, especially like I feel like we'll be in. Obviously, we're in Japan for 2 weeks from start of May.
May.
So we kind of, we've got.
I think I'd be upset if it launched whilst we're there because I think it would be difficult to acquire one in Japan.
Yeah, but it's 8 weeks away essentially. 8 weeks away.
No, I can wait. That's fine.
Yeah,
I don't have anything to play on Switch. That's my biggest dilemma, really.
yeah. No, I'm keen. I'm excited. Especially, and we kind of take off 2 weeks there because we go traveling in Japan, so that's good.
Next, I think expansions on some existing Switch games. So there was Mario Party Jamboree. I think that was the big one.
Yeah, I think it's the big one.
Kirby looks like it's going to have a paid expansion. I can't remember the other ones. And
Zelda.
then Zelda had a bit of an upgrade. Was there any others?
I think there was like 5 of them. So there was Mario Party, both Zeldas. That
Switch 2 and Metro Prime 4 and Legends EA.
That's right,
I just want to know what the price is. I don't mind paying, especially when it's like the Kirby scenario, right? Or even this Mario Party one. Hey, we've actually added new stuff.
Yeah.
And if let's just say they charge $40 or $30, I'm like, okay, whatever, I'd probably pay it.
Yeah.
But what the price is, I don't know.
Yeah. Jamboree looks cool.
It'd be nice if there was a more list of titles that, hey, these frame rates got improved
and unlocked and just but I think Jamboree looks cool. I actually might get that now because I think it's a Mario Party game that I didn't buy. But the fact that it's got all these new games, which I think again is probably a great tech demo for Switch 2, probably even more so than the Nintendo Switch 2 Exploring or whatever it's called. Because it's got the camera app and it's got all these sort of little motion games that people play in, and then you've got mouse games and all sorts of stuff. It looks cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So it was
Zelda?
definitely Mario Party, both Zeldas, Kirby, Metro Prime 4, and Pokemon ZA. They're the ones on the splash screen.
Yeah.
That's a little bit ahead in the video, but it's good. Yes, I want my digital library to have improved performance on the Switch 2. Yes.
Were you?
But now it looks like I'm gonna have to pay for that privilege. Oh, I mean, not Breath of the Wild,
but
definitely Tears of the Kingdom.
Interesting. I feel like I'd be more inclined to do Breath of the Wild again than Tears of the Kingdom.
Well, see, because I did the 99 Koroks.
You did.
I played that game 3 times. I don't know. Actually, it's either 2 or 3 times. I've only played Tears of the Kingdom once, so I'm happy to do it again.
So I think I kind of like Breath of the Wild better.
Simpler. But now, Nick, QR codes to share your creations.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. That's neat.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd like a New Game Plus where I get to keep all my supplies.
Wow. Look forward to that information coming soon. Another Nintendo Direct.
How much would you pay? Like, how much is too much for you to buy for an upgrade pack? So I'd have to get Mario Party Jamboree and then the upgrade pack.
Okay, so everyone except everyone's like a slightly new experience. I know Zelda Tears of the Kingdom doesn't have
features
like much added. Like Tears of the Kingdom's got like the QR code, the My Nintendo app thing or whatever, right?
Yep.
Breath of the Wild will just have nothing. It'll just be the master mode,
high frames,
like
4K.
So how much do you want to pay for that? And do you want to pay for that?
I feel like it'd be surely no more than 30. Like, I feel like it should be 20. I feel like it should be 20 Australian dollars, but I feel like it's going to be 30.
I think 30. If it's like $35 or $40, or like the Breath of the Wild upgrade. I feel like that's man, come on, like
That's too much.
that's a bit
It's too
mean.
much. If it's anything more than 30, I'll be angry about it. If it's anything less, if it's like $20, I'll be very surprised. Anything less than 20, very very surprised. But knowing Nintendo, I feel like it'll be $30. Yeah,
Yeah,
per
I
game.
think so. I think this will definitely mean Prime 4 and Pokemon ZA Switch 2 editions will there'll be the 79.99 AU price, and
Mm,
then well, they haven't said the price of the new games, but it'll
true.
be $100
Yeah, oh, that's
for
fine.
sure.
And that's it. I'm totally happy playing like now that Metroid. I thought Metroid would come to Switch first and then Switch 2 later. I'm glad that I'll have my Switch 2 and then Prime will come out, Pokemon Legends will come out, and I'll just get to play them at their best. Obviously, they'll be
Yeah,
they're Switch 1 games, but I'll get to play them at Switch 2
I
quality.
I'm really happy I'm eating my hat. I didn't think either of those would really get an upgrade.
Yeah,
Seeing those most recent trailers,
yeah,
I just and especially Game Freak, how much they don't really.
yeah,
Well, I'm not gonna say they put the effort in, but their performance has not been the best.
yeah. Will you buy?
So that was surprising.
Will you play Kirby again or do the DLC for Kirby?
Oh well, because Kirby's coming with it's coming with DLC. I can't see myself playing the entire game again.
Mm,
No, but I'll be like, yeah, I'll pay the $20 play the DLC to be happy for 3 hours. Like
mm.
to me, yes, I'll do that.
Okay.
Like, it's a really great game.
Yeah, and if it's something like DLC, like see, I feel like with Jamboree, that looks like DLC, and with Forgotten Lands or Forgotten Worlds, whatever, that looks like
Yeah,
DLC. So I could see them charging
yeah.
like
Well, it
$40.
is.
Yeah, I could see them charging like $40 for that. But for a minor upgrade, like say with Metroid or Zelda,
Mhm.
like 20, 30
See,
bucks, please.
I guess the thing is like you look at all the PS4, the PS5 games, and the Xbox One
Yeah,
Series XS,
so
and
many of them for free.
almost so yeah, well, yeah, most of these games, oh, sorry, not most, but like a huge portion of games got the double the FPS performance boost, right? And that was just it just happened.
Yeah,
Look at Sekiro, it's like Sekiro played that at 60 frames per second instead of 30, and then like the Xbox list of FPS boost games, even on Game Pass, had its own section of hey, all these games are double the frame rate. Like it was huge, huge list, and so now Nintendo's like clearly charging for that
yeah.
privilege,
I just hope it's not.
right? And
Just
so
hope it's not too much.
it's, but I guess that's 6 games so far.
Yeah, so far.
See if there's more.
Is there any that you would like to see upgraded before we move on?
Um, I do think I've got the massive Switch 2 library, the older Pokemon games.
Mm.
I just don't know. Maybe they need to. Well, and you know what? Where's Xenoblade? Didn't wasn't there like a hidden 60 FPS mode in Xenoblade Chronicles X?
Is there? Oh,
Yeah,
maybe
it's
they're
in the
not.
code or something like that. So I'm
Mm.
surprised that's not on the list of games here.
I
Um,
was really surprised. I thought, especially with Legends ZA getting the upgrade, I thought we'd see, and I kind of wanted that as well. Maybe some more DLC for Scarlet and Violet, and some sort of patch to make that run properly. But nothing.
it's early days.
Early days, yeah,
More stuff can happen.
yeah.
What's
Alrighty.
next, Nick?
What is next? Next, I got the wheelchair game.
Cool.
Any interest
Good
in
for
that?
them. I don't think we should
Yeah.
comment too further on that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Well, I think like
Uh,
it looks. I just feel like it looked really bland. That's all. Just the
yeah, like
where's the color?
okay. Look, okay, let's do talk about this.
Just the color. Like, where's the
Like,
color?
okay, obviously, Arms was the brand new IP for Switch. Colorful, crazy characters. What the hell is this game? And then, cool, these guys are playing sports, basketball, whatever, in wheelchairs. But you're right. There's no color. It's bland.
And like, I understand that, and I understand they're trying to be inclusive.
Like they
or
could have made
whatever,
it zany and awesome.
yeah, but can you imagine just sitting on your couch, like doing these ones, you're trying to play your game, and all you're doing is
Yeah.
I can't imagine that'll be
I,
super
I,
fun for super long. Yeah.
I think well, I'll ignore the gameplay, right? I'm looking at the video, but then it had images of the double mouse mode
Yeah.
thing. So that is probably actually a really unique gesture. And then obviously neither of us in wheelchairs, right? And their pushing motion is probably extremely tiring.
Yeah.
Um, and so they're probably thinking, hey, this is actually a really unique method of control for a totally unique gameplay experience.
Yeah.
You might be able to relate to some people you know, like, okay, like, cool, yeah, awesome, but yeah, you're right. There's no style.
There's just I just feel like it has just no soul to it, which is a little bit disappointing because
Yeah,
I appreciate they're trying to do something cool and have a little bit more inclusivity and there's not a game out there that exists like this that I know
no,
of
definitely not.
that I've ever heard of. But I feel and that's the thing, if you're going to go through the effort to put it as like a 5 minute trailer in your Nintendo Direct and make it a big thing, maybe just make the game a little bit more
Yeah,
colorful and give the game a little bit more personality. But like also the
like
controls are going to
everyone's
be
got robot
awful.
heads.
The
They're
controls are
all
going to
just
be awful.
they're robot heads, Nick. There's no personality.
Yeah, it just which I'm not. I don't know. So I do better, Nintendo. I feel like
Nick, the next big one. Do you know the next big one was here on the direct?
Elden Ring.
No, Hades. Oh, was it Elden Ring or Hades 2? Skip
Elden
Elden Ring. Cool, that's great.
skip Elden Ring.
I mean,
Hades
Elden
two.
Ring's fantastic. Hades 2.
Hades two.
Um, did you want to talk
I
about Elden Ring? Sorry, I don't want. I
no
don't want to dismiss it.
no.
We
It's
got the platinum. Oh, I got the platinum.
yeah.
Like
Like I
I
say,
didn't want to play Oak
yeah
Tree.
yeah.
Like awesome, great.
But we loved it. But for kids who didn't have like a PS5, like my niece and nephew never played Elden Ring, and so now he's reached that age where Elden Ring might be a game that he could play. So like maybe it's a pick up on Switch
Poor
2 type deal.
kids.
But yeah, like we've been there, we've done that. So there's really not a whole lot we can really say. Like it's a great game, it's a fantastic game. You said at the time best game you ever
Yeah,
played.
I think the biggest this means like PS4 titles obviously are clearly super eligible to come to Switch.
Yeah, but
Anything that's on PS4 and clearly PS5 now.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Hades 2, not
Mm,
a launch title. I mean that I really want that. I thought that would just be an ultimate combo Mario Kart, and that I
yeah,
would have been content.
yeah. Well, I'm think I'm just really excited to hear something from it because like we've known Hades 2 has been
Oh,
in beta or it was announced what 2 years ago I think we
Nick,
saw it.
Nick, you're not as switched in of this part of the world. It's been in Steam early access for probably over a year. There's constant
Yeah,
updates that are released, like this huge patch with like the new final boss or a new ending or,
yeah.
or something like. And I just trying to shut all of it out of my brain because I don't want it until it just when it's ready. Like I don't need the constant updates. We fix this. We tweak this.
Keep
Try
up,
this now.
keep up.
I want the full game.
Sorry, all I could hear was him slurping. Which is,
Uh,
um,
I can't hear him.
yeah, I agree, and that's it. I 100% just want the full game. Like I loved Hades, so I played over 200 hours of Hades 1 on my Switch. So to have Hades 2 come out on Switch 2, I will be just frothing at the mouth when it comes. But I'm happy to patiently wait for it. I would have liked it to be a launch title, but I'm happy to wait for it. I think I'm just excited that it's the thing that is actually hopefully finally coming and not going to be it's going to be a finished game. Yeah, I'm so excited for
Yeah,
Hades
Street
2.
Fighter 6 next, and Damon X Machina, which I think I could be wrong. Like, it sounds like a brand new title.
Yeah, it
Um,
looks like a brand
Game's
new
not for
title.
me, but
Yeah.
like that, these always look so damn cool.
Yeah, judging by the graphical quality of it, that's a brand new title. The Damon X Machina for sure.
It definitely looks. It feels like the way it looks in the trailer. Like, yeah, this is an early PS4 title. Like, that's the way I see it.
Yeah. Definitely looks a lot more flashy. It looks a lot more fun. I know, like
Yeah,
if it's ever
it
on
doesn't
sale
look.
for cheap, I might get it. Maybe.
It doesn't look terrible like the Switch versions did.
Yeah. But then after let's see, what do we got after Damon X Machina? It takes Split Fiction.
It's yeah. Well, I'm sure a bit late on the spoiler cast for that one, but we'll finish that game soon.
Yes, yes.
Um, Great games. The dude's obviously very happy. Like so much of Split Fiction and even Astrobot, so Nintendo inspired,
Mm,
right? Like
hmm.
just all the different gameplay mechanics and stuff. Um,
Glad it's coming to Switch
any
too.
any Nintendo gamer should be playing these games.
Yeah, glad it's coming to Switch too. Then we've got some stuff we don't care about. We got Madden. We got Hogwarts Legacy. We can
Hitman.
Hitman. We can skip all those. I don't think unless you really care about them. Like it's good for the people.
No.
Good for the people that want it. That's not
Yeah.
really. It's not really an us thing.
The 3DS remake of Bravely Default.
Yes. Oh, did you skip one? You might have skipped one there.
There might have been some others.
Oh, that's right. But
Um,
it's the Zelda
Tony Hawk's.
Hyrule Warriors. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I think Hyrule Warriors is not a total. I'm not surprised there's a new Hyrule Warriors,
Yeah,
but damn, like I'm delighted there's a new Hyrule Warriors.
it looks
I will
like
play that.
it. Yeah, I'll play this one. I didn't want to play the one on the Switch because it ran so terribly. This one actually looks like it
Oh,
runs.
you didn't finish that one. It
No,
was actually pretty cool.
no, I didn't even buy it. I don't think because I
Oh
played
wow,
because
wow, Nick,
I played a bunch of the Wii
Nick,
U
you
one.
wait. I must have bought it physically too.
Yeah,
I don't remember seeing it in my list of games.
yeah, because I played a bunch of the Wii U one. I reckon I played probably 50 hours of the Wii U one, and then the Switch one. I just all these reviews came out. It just looked like it ran terribly, so I wasn't interested. But this
Yeah,
one,
you know what? It actually wasn't. I don't think it was terrible. But it
mm,
did get repetitive. It was about 45, 60 hours long.
mm,
And by the end, you're so dominating and you just go through the motions of the big enemies that take a while to,
mm,
hit. You just wanted the levels to be over. Oh, I wanted the
mm.
levels to be over.
But this one on Switch
And
too,
I think,
it looks like the story. There's actual story there.
yeah,
Like it's a prequel to Tears of the Kingdom, and it looks like there's
Nick,
a lot happening on screen. It looks very pretty.
I'm a sucker for that Tears of the Kingdom trumpet, logos sound or whatever. I'm just like, oh, tingles down my spine.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
keen. I'm keen.
cool.
I'll buy. I think I'll buy.
This year.
I'll buy that one. But then the biggest part of the direct comes right after Hyrule Warriors, the part that we lost our minds over, and I'm hoping to upload a separate video for it. What was it, Jeffrey?
Yeah, Nick, I think you should just upload that the Nintendo Switch 2 Nintendo GameCube Online reaction. Well,
Just
like, what? Even I can feel my face lighting up again. Like, what? I just did not think. Sorry, I
yeah,
need to go. Like,
go.
I just did not think they would do this
Yeah,
because they've been remaking GameCube games, Paper Mario, Metroid Prime Remastered.
yep.
They've obviously done Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on Wii U. There must be others, right?
Yeah,
Mario
yeah,
Sunshine came
yep,
out on the Switch version or whatever.
yep,
Like they these games can be clearly ported and sold for full price,
yep,
but they want to do the online membership. Like
yep.
hell yeah! I actually want. I would rather. I'm happy this exists. I'm really happy this exists. I want cleaned up versions in like full HD. If that makes sense,
Yeah,
like widescreen support stuff.
well, we've been asking for Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD ports for like the last 5 years to come to Switch.
Maybe that'll never happen.
But
There's no need for them to happen now, but
no,
they're better. They are better versions.
yeah, but like I just as soon as we're like, oh, here's the expansion for the Nintendo Switch 2 expansion or whatever the hell it's called, and like I'm like, oh my god, Jeffrey, because this has been wanted and rumored for ages. This is one of those hopes and dreams of like, we want this, we want this, we want this, and they did it.
They actually did it.
Like I've got on screen,
They actually did it.
F-Zero GX, F-Zero
What
GX
I
is coming.
what I do wonder. This is how my brain works, right? GameCube games, I guess, would be a fairly sized file. Like they're probably, I guess they're only 1.5 gigs.
Mm,
Like the DS, Game Boy, the Game Boy and SNES games, they're like a couple kilobytes each. So they just go, bam, it's already there, it's loaded up.
yep.
Are you gonna have to download each individual GameCube title, or will you just boot it up one day and there'll be, more games?
I hope that they just add more games, but they're doing
Monkey Ball, Mario Party, Nick. Oh,
online for F-Zero.
there's gonna be there'll be the rise of Super Smash Brothers Melee tournaments all over again.
Oh my god! But like,
Fox only Final Destination, they can do it.
like Mario Strikers, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, Chibi Robo, Luigi's Mansion,
And
more
and
time.
Nick, it's in our existing tier level. I think
Yes.
that's cool.
Yes, we have to pay no extra. It's just something that we just get when we get Switch 2. And Pokemon Coliseum. I never played Pokemon Coliseum, but
I've
apparently
never played Pokemon Coliseum. Actually, that'd be a great way to play.
it was like a bit of a hidden gem. And so like
Yeah, I'll play it.
I'm keen to play Pokemon Coliseum. I'll play some F-Zero GX online.
Nick, have you played this Nintendo 64 games on Nintendo Switch Online?
No.
I guess what I don't know is I've actually been playing quite a few Game Boy Advance games and SNES games and stuff, and the rewind feature just makes the games just like oh man, I screwed
Ooh.
up. The rewind feature makes it so fun and so easy, just like it's effortless,
Ooh, okay.
but without feeling like I'm cheating myself as well. Like I'm like, hey, I don't need to prove myself to anyone.
Interesting.
I screwed up that jump or whatever. I missed that turn in F-Zero. I can just rewind and keep going and have a great
Yeah.
time. Will GameCube games have save states? I guess modern games aren't designed with that kind of frustration either, but it's something to think about.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm hoping Mystic Homos gets added. I'm hoping Beautiful Joe gets added.
Beautiful Joe, what? Oh man!
Like, yeah,
Quick,
I can't wait.
Google best 25 GameCube games.
Beautiful Joe will be in there for sure. Yeah,
Maybe.
'cause
Well, it's not
yeah,
first party.
yeah. Like Twilight Princess, they
And
could
so
use Twilight
will Paper
Princess.
Mario be there?
Nah, they just did a remake of that anyway. Will you buy the controller?
No, I don't. Well, I've got the GameCube Joy. I have the GameCube Joy-Cons.
Yeah,
So really, and wait, are controls compatible?
I think they would be. They'd have to be.
I don't know.
I'll probably buy two of the
Actually, you know
controllers
what?
anyway.
I probably would buy the controller.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, actually, here, Nick.
I'll buy the controller. I'll buy two.
Best GameCube games: Donkey Kong Jungle Beat,
Yeah, yeah.
Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 2. There you go. There's the other games they want to re-release.
Yep, yep.
I think Luigi's Mansion's there. Resident Evil 4,
Oh my god! As if we haven't played that
Shadow
enough.
the Hedgehog, Metro. You know what?
Sonic Adventure 2.
Metro Prime 2,
Sonic
Metro
Adventure.
Prime 2,
Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic
Sonic
Adventure.
Adventure 2. You know, actually,
Sonic
it is.
Adventure 2.
Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes has never been re-released anywhere.
Oh damn.
What's the other one? Silicon Knights, the Eternal Darkness.
Oh, Eternal Darkness.
Man, what? What?
Double Dash?
I mean,
Double Dash?
Yeah, I mean, this will be a slow drip feed, but
Oh, you know
What?
what? You know what else? The Kirby game. The
Kirby's Air Ride. Yes.
Kirby's Air Ride.
Yes!
That'll be there for sure.
Wow. Okay. All right. Look forward to our actual original reactions
Yeah,
somewhere on the internet.
it's really good.
Oh, Nick, you got to upload that before we go to bed.
Uh,
Just clip that part.
okay. Now what else is next? The Undertale sequel, or whatever the hell that is.
Delta Rune. Yeah.
Not something we don't really care about again. Borderlands 4. Cool that it's there. Maybe a game that I don't know if I could ever convince you to play Borderlands. Played the first two.
I'm sure it's cool.
It's cool.
But, I think this is where the stream failed for us.
Yeah.
Because there was a bunch of third-party stuff, and there was some ocean thing. Oh wait, was Final Fantasy there somewhere?
Well, Dad, I just saw a game that we missed out on. Enter the Gungeon 2. I played a bunch of the first one. It was really hard, but Enter the Gungeon.
Yeah, because there was I bought Exit the Dungeon, Exit the Gungeon, and apparently it's not the same game. It was terrible.
Right. Oh, Enter the Gungeon 2. It looks like it's like a 3D world that they've done up.
Oh wait, Cyberpunk's here.
Yeah, that was when the stream crashed.
I think I'd actually enjoy that. I want to play Cyberpunk. I think the trouble is this will be fully priced, whereas it'll probably be $10 on the PS5 still.
Yeah. But the
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy 7.
So it must be Final Fantasy VII Remake?
Yeah, it's the remake. Yeah, for Switch 2.
Remake Integrate. Okay, so
Yeah.
I mean, what does that mean for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2? Like, is that possible?
Well, I mean, they probably have to downgrade it a little bit, but
I mean, I thought it still looked. The first one looked pretty phenomenal.
yeah. And I feel like they could just down-res a few settings to get it playing on Switch 2.
It was pretty flashy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome.
But they're doing. So now they've we got the montage. We got the montage coming up.
Yeah, I know. Now I'm just like rewatching the actual thing.
So
Nick, the Megaton, the brand new From Software original game.
well, hold on, you're cutting ahead a little bit. Let me find it. There it is.
Dark Blood Dusk Blood. Sorry, I need to go to the very end to find out what it is.
So you have to find the title now because Dusk.
Dusk Bloods.
Yes, the Dusk.
What a cool trailer! It looks like it's pretty much Bloodborne 2, right? Like
Yeah.
it's a sequel to Bloodborne. Like that's what it is.
Yeah, it looks very very
awesome.
cool, and it's exclusive to Nintendo Switch too.
That is insane. Like we all know it's not going to be exclusive forever. There's no way.
But you know what I'm
But like
excited about?
that is so big.
You know what I'm excited about though? I feel like these From Software games as they've come out. Like we didn't play Bloodborne together. We didn't really play. We couldn't play Elden Ring together. But
Didn't we play Bloodborne together?
no, I don't think so. But this when this
Yeah,
launches,
you're better than me. I hate you.
That's right. But yeah, that's right because
There was some werewolf thing. I'm like, yeah, you get stuck here. You're like, oh, It was easy. First go.
Yeah, I think I died 10 times in that whole game. I think the game just clicked with me, so I'm hoping I get the same feeling with this one.
Yeah.
But they had multiplayer in this, so I feel like day one we'll be playing this together. This will be the
Yeah.
first sort of From Software game out of all of them that, like, yeah, there's the loading up the second character. We'll be playing this one together for sure.
That like I feel like that is the biggest Megaton surprise. I think like even more
Yeah.
than the GameCube online stuff.
Yeah, like we're obviously really happy about the GameCube stuff, but as far as like gamers goes and the industry goes,
Yeah.
that like an exclusive From Software game for the Switch 2, that's a system seller for a lot of people. That is a system seller for a lot of people.
Yeah. I absolutely like. Wow.
Yeah, that's a big deal, and it looks
Never saw
really
that
good.
coming.
Looks really good. I want to go back a little bit and do the rapid fire with you. So as it plays through these games, I want you to tell me if you are interested in getting any of them. So let's see. So we got Final Fantasy VII remake integrate. So yay or
Yeah.
nay? Would you play that again?
Oh no.
No. Okay.
I'm happy it's there. No, I wouldn't play it.
That's fine. What else we got? Hitman? No,
No, I tried Hitman. I want to love it. I can't get into it.
that's
But
fine.
I appreciate it.
Kinutsu? Ganami? Path of the
Uh,
Goddess? No idea what that is, but that actually looks kind of cool. Hollow Knight Silksong? We'll get that.
Yeah.
We'll get that.
Was
for
there
sure.
any information about that? I feel like that's when the stream kind of collapsed.
No, it was literally probably 3 or 4 seconds of footage.
Okay.
Story of Seasons. Looks
That's
like
a
some sort of
Harvest
farm
Moon
game.
style thing, is it?
No
No.
idea. Good Night Universe, where it looks like you're playing as a baby. No. No idea.
Don't know about that one.
It kind of looked a little bit like Elebits. Do you remember Elebits?
Yeah.
On the
That's on the
Switch?
Wii.
Yeah, just the art style looked a bit, anyway. That's moving away from that. 2 Point Museum. No idea what that is. Some sort of
No.
sim
Yes. Yeah. I know. I know of those games, but no, not for me.
game. Wild Hearts. Wild Hearts looked really cool at the time. I think it was like a rip-off of Monster Hunter. But I don't need that now that, I've got the new one coming out. But Wild Hearts looked cool. Well, it still looks cool. I'd pay maybe $10 for it and see
Oh, yeah. Okay. I've
see if
got
it
it now.
clicked for me.
Yeah. It looked really cool.
Puyo Puyo Tetris. Will you buy another Puyo Puyo?
No.
No?
But it's still cool.
Especially when you got Tetris 99 there. I'm not buying Puyo Puyo when you get Tetris 99.
Nick, there's a Marvel Cosmic Invasion. Is that for you?
Yeah, I'll buy that. That's definitely a game that, like the Power Rangers one, I'll buy that one that's on sale for like $30. So, but that was announced. I think that showed up in this direct last week. Yeah, Marvel Cosmic Invasion showed up last week, so that's cool. Star Wars Outlaws. I don't care about that.
I mean, I've heard that's like they've actually fixed that to be really much better than the launch version was. So,
Civ
but
5.
no, I don't care about that. Not for me, but I haven't played a Civilization game since. I don't think I ever have. I've
I don't think I've
watched
ever
people
had
play
either.
them.
Yeah. What's this? Nabunga's Ambition?
Nalboa's Ambition. Oh,
No idea. Fast
Nabonga's Ambition.
Fusion.
It's like Fire Emblem or whatever. It's like Pokemon Conquest. You played
true.
Pokemon Conquest.
I did, yeah. I sold that game
Yeah.
for I think more than what I bought it for. Shadow
Yeah.
Labyrinth. You buying Shadow Labyrinth on
Yeah,
PS5 or are you buying it on Switch?
Looks like a Switch game to me.
It looks like a Switch game to me. Definitely a Switch game to me. And it comes out
Like I'm a
18th of the
I'm
7th.
a portable gamer. Like the paper Switch everywhere. Play on
Yeah.
the train every day.
Yeah. And
I
now
mean,
that,
that's perfect.
yeah. And now that the technology caught up, that is absolutely a Switch 2 game.
Yeah.
Raydao remastered. I don't know what that is. Raydao actually looks like a cool game. This Reanimal game. You know what that is? Because it looks like that. What's that game that I got you to play with?
Yeah.
Remember that game I got you to play with me a little while ago? Little Nightmares. Looks kind of like Little
Yes,
Nightmares.
actually, that's exactly what I thought it was.
Yeah, I thought
it was the Little Nightmares game, or like a sequel to it.
Yeah.
Um,
It looks just
it
like
looks
Little
like a
Nightmares.
neat game. I just probably one I wouldn't buy personally unless it was just shoved in my face.
Kind of, yeah. I see what you mean. Fortnite coming back. Good for Fortnite. Ridge Racer. We don't really care about that. Professor
Yeah,
Layton.
it's like Ridge Racer Classic.
Yeah. Did you ever play Professor Layton?
I actually played one of the DS ones. I don't recall ever finishing a Professor Layton game, but I've played a few.
Okay. Yeah, Professor Layton. No, I don't care about that either. Tamagotchi
There's that
Plaza.
there's that
Wow.
Fast RMX, Fast like the F-Zero style game that was also a launch on
Yeah.
the Switch, I think too.
It's not F
Fast
Zero.
RMX.
No F Zero. No Captain Falcon. No, thank you. But that's it.
Fast Fusion.
Yeah, that's
That
it.
was it. That's your
I
montage.
think that's the montage one, and then so you got then the Elden Ring, not Elden Ring, Bloodborne 2, essentially. Then, then the big another react that I'll probably put up as well. The most disappointing one, well, not most disappointing, but the one that got me the most excited for the biggest fall, the Sakurai
Donkey
game.
Kong.
No,
Oh yeah, like what a troll! Like, okay, I've been watching. I watched all his videos, Nick. They were so insightful, so fascinating. Everything like he went through details about all how Smash works, all these different characters, all these different mechanics, how his brain works, how he operates an office, just like crazy insightful things. And then like the plot twist, like, hey man, I filmed all these like 2.5 years ago back to back, and I've been actually working on a game, for 2.5 years ever since.
yeah,
So cool. But then he detailed all these Kirby games as well, right? Oh, every game he's ever worked on, like some Tamagotchi bug fighting game and all sorts of stuff, Meteos and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, Meteos.
His eyes glistened whenever he talked about Kirby, and whenever he talked about Kid Icarus Uprising, I think it was.
Yep,
You could
yep,
like Kirby's his character, but he kind of let it go, right? Like
yep,
he did his own thing.
yep.
He's like, the last Kirby game was probably on Super Nintendo, and then all these other ones came out, and then he actually Kirby's Air Raid, and talked a lot about that. So I'm just kind of, I'm sad it's not Smash Bros. Smash Bros will come. Like, if it's him or not, you know it will.
It's true.
I just
It's
laugh at
true.
the troll, like the troll amount of thinking, like, oh my god, like, and the slash, the Smash logos thing
Yeah,
line. I'm just like, I just felt like an absolute troll, and
yeah.
I feel like it's just funny.
It did it. I did it to
So I'm a bit
myself.
sad.
I did it to myself. As soon as I could hear in the headphones, I was like, I couldn't see it, but I know that sound. That's the sound of the Kirby star. Because Kirby, at least when they announced the light thing in
Yeah,
Smash Bros. Ultimate, it's like Kirby's the only survivor. He flies off and he starts and
yeah,
he saves the world.
yeah.
But nope, I really thought, I was like, oh, Jeff, we're going to get more Smash characters. This is going to be. And so let me ask you the question now. Do you think with Smash, it's going to be a brand new game like they've done with Mario Kart, or is it just going to be an upgraded version like we have with the other Switch
I
games?
think you look at the sales of Smash Brothers, right? And I think it's the third best selling Switch game outside of Animal Crossing, which will never like I love Animal Crossing. I just don't think it will ever sell that amount ever again. And I'm happy to be proven wrong. And obviously Mario Kart. Smash is third. Smash unites every single Nintendo franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's got the internet hype for what, 2.5 years for character reveals. Just like,
Mm-hmm.
man, what's it gonna be? Everyone's tuning in. Obviously, I have no idea how much the fighter passes have actually sold or not, but at least the base game has sold, what, 34, 35 million or something?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Way bigger than every Street Fighter combined.
Yep.
Like, it is the most popular game and fighting game ever.
Yep.
There'll be another one.
Yeah.
And whether it's, 2 years down the track when there's more inspired characters, there's a Twilight Princess version of, sorry, Tears of the Kingdom version of Link. There's the Raru from Hyrule Warriors, Age of what's it called? Destiny, Age
Mm-hmm.
of Resurrection,
Yep.
Imprisonment. There'll be the new Donkey Kong model.
Yeah. I could see
Like
them. I could see them putting in
there'll be
Hades.
more. Yeah, I feel like wait 2 years and there'll be even more characters to be excited about.
Mm. I'm hoping.
And
Yeah.
whether it looks like the same Smash of Smash Ultimate, like that doesn't bother me.
I think it'll be. I think it'll be the same Smash, but just with more DLC like what they've done with Mario Party and
Yeah.
Kirby. I think there'll be some sort of new mode or some sort of new feature or something like that. I can't imagine them redoing a whole new Smash Brothers game, especially after the fact that they finally made a game where everyone's in it. I feel like they've got it there. They just now have to build off it. But like, yeah, I could see them putting in Prince of Persia. I could see them putting in Hades. I'd kind of like Wolf Link as a character.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that'd be like Minna and Wolflink. That'd be a good
Minna Wolf
combo.
Link. Shadow is, I feel like, a really easy
Yeah,
character.
he needs it now.
Like
He got all those sweet new moves
yeah.
In his game. So
Yeah, Shadow's and like that'd be a big trailer. That'd be all over the internet. That'd break the internet for a little bit. I imagine Shadow.
well, hey, they could have a blood dusk character too now,
They
right?
could, yeah. That's the dream. And then maybe one day, Goku.
Okay, maybe.
He'd be the most requested character, surely.
Yeah, I think they've already said that. I think if you go back and watch the Bayonetta DLC reveal, whatever,
Yeah.
it actually tells you here's the ballot list, and he's the ones I could actually do.
Yeah.
So,
That's the dream. Anyway, all right, moving on. So I think the
last game, Nick.
is DK. Donkey Kong.
Like, man, if you took away the Donkey Kong character, right, and just put a chunky Mario, or let's just say Wreck-It Ralph,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
You'd be like, yeah, this is chunky Mario, awesome.
Yep.
I think it looks really fun. It looks just like an Odyssey style game. They've obviously gone to town with the polish. Donkey Kong, Seth Rogen, well, was obviously pretty popular.
Yeah.
Right, in the movie, they made the Donkey Kong world, Universal Studios. Like,
Yep. Yeah.
they're going all in, and Miyamoto's, he's 72. He's like, yep, I want to go out with my Donkey Kong man,
Yeah.
my two boys. They both got their theme parks. They've both got their ultimate games. I'm done. Like,
Like even rewatching this trailer now, like now knowing what it was, because I think when you see the trailer initially, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be Mario. This is like Mario Odyssey or something, But it looks really cool. It looks like a lot of fun. It looks very crazy and wacky and like all the destruction and like you said, Donkey Kong getting his own game since when was the last time he got his own game? Jungle Beat,
the Nintendo 64 one. Oh yeah, Jungle Beat's awesome, man.
Yeah.
We love Jungle Beat. Actually, they've had a lot of games. They had two. He hasn't had a new game for a while.
But I feel like
the Wii U version.
Yeah. But I feel like it's kind of been.
Yeah.
It would have been like it's not obvious, but like it's kind of like once you know the answer to the questions, it's like, oh yeah, very obvious. What, like you said, they got the new Donkey Kong expansion in Universal Studios coming out. Is that open yet? Think so?
Yeah. Oh, not in America. Like I think next month in America, maybe, or very soon.
So, but like that's just opened up, and like you said, with the Mario movie, Donkey Kong was a big part, and Seth Rogen. I mean,
he was a lot bigger than just as much as in the movie as Mario, really.
Yeah, and like the Kongs, and as far as who Donkey Kong was, just as a character in the movie, he was a really cool character, a lot of fun, and like this game looks like it's just gonna be fun, like it's gonna be.
I guess, Nick, that brings us to like there was no price of the Switch 2, but the launch game is Mario Kart, right? That's the launch game along with the little tech demo thing.
Yep.
The Donkey Kong is in like 4 weeks' time after the launch.
17th of July. It's just on screen.
So yeah, for 5 weeks.
Yep. That's plenty of time.
So that's pretty much a launch game, but it's enough to like get. I'm surprised it's not the other way around. Actually, when is Metroid Prime?
Sometime this year.
Like, there's no date.
But
did I miss that?
Well, I think I feel like because there's nothing else to play on Nintendo Switch at the moment, and the only thing we've been looking forward to is Metroid. So I'm like, when is Metroid? Oh, Metroid and Pokemon. I'm like, when are these games coming out?
Yeah.
But now knowing that with Switch 2, we've got the new Mario Kart, we've got Hades, we've got this Bloodborne sequel, we've got Kirby's Air Ride, we've got all these all these GameCube games coming back. I'm like and especially with something like Donkey Kong, like this looks like a big fun game.
Yeah.
I don't mind waiting just a little bit longer for Metroid or for Pokemon Legends, because now all these other games have come up. I'm like, oh cool, there are other things coming to keep me busy while Metroid Prime is in the works.
I I think I did want Legends as a launch title, right?
Yeah.
Only because has a Nintendo product launched with Pokemon, right? And like Pokemon is bigger than it's ever been.
Yep.
Right? Like it is huge. You're grabbed by the balls. Like I watch Pokemon YouTube every day. Like there's always something. I've watched all these Wolfie video game championship ones about how all this tournament stuff works, and like I'm obsessed. And I just think seeing the possibility of launching a console like they've launched with Mario. It's been a long time since that's happened, but they've launched with Zelda twice with the Wii and the Switch.
In the Wii U.
And they saw how oh no, there's no Wii U Zelda launch.
Breath of the Wild.
Oh no, that was at the end of Wii U. I mean, like launch date. That was Switch or Wii U and Switch.
Oh, yeah.
Twilight Princess came out on GameCube and Wii at the same time, and
That's
then
right.
Breath of the Wild came out on Wii U and Switch at the same time. But like, I just
That's right.
thought having the possibility, obviously it's not working out, but like the launch of a Pokemon game would just sound like cool. But I don't see. There was games for everyone here. I feel like people are gonna. Will this have any problems selling? Like, no, I don't think so.
No. Not in the slightest. People are hungry for this console. People are very, very hungry for this console. Yeah, and especially with the promise of all these other things coming, this thing is going to sell ridiculously. But the question is now, I want to pose to you, how much do you think it's going to cost? And then, like, how much do you think you're going to end up spending launch day?
I think I'm trying to think like all the rumors of $399 is probably the sweet spot, and like the PS5 costs $599 or whatever. PS5 Pro I think $700, but that's like $1,200 for us, $1,250 Australian. Like it's nuts. I think if I said 400, I wouldn't. I think $450. It sounds like it's a pretty powerful tablet, right? Like the games look pretty good.
Yep.
Everything looked great. In my mind, I think 650 Australian dollars. Would it actually be $699? I probably.
I'm thinking $699. That was my guess as well. I think it'll be $699.
But I mean, but then like the PS5 launched at like 750, didn't it, in Australia? Like that's the really weird bit. But it's gone up in price since.
Yeah, I could very much see the console itself costing $700, and now that you sort of mentioned it, like maybe even $800. But then on top of that, like we'll obviously be getting the one with Mario Kart. So there's if it's 700, there's 750, 800.
So Nick, here's the other thing. Why did they do that? Right. So they're launching two units. Is it because the price probably is more than they want, but then they go, oh, you can get the one with no games for $600 or $650, or you can get Mario Kart for $699. That's actually a bit of $20 savings or whatever. Like maybe that's why they're trying to sweeten the deal.
Yeah, maybe it's a financial thing. Maybe they can like lose a bit of money on Mario Kart to make more money on the system or something. Maybe.
I see myself. I want to spend $1,000. I'll buy obviously the unit. I'll buy myself a new Pro controller because why not, right?
Yeah.
And I'll buy Mario Kart and probably one other. There'll be some other game I want to buy, but like Cyberpunk, like I actually really want to play that on Switch. I think it'd be really fun, but it's going to be full price, right? And I'm going to have to wait. I'm going to have to weigh up even more. Now, do I want to pay the Switch tax, or I obviously do for Nintendo games. Take my money, please. We're shills. But if it's the third-party games, I'll have to like think about a little bit. It's like, oh, is that $20 on the PS5 store, or is that actually $80 on the Nintendo eShop?
I could see myself buying Cyberpunk.
I don't want to buy a new SD card.
Yep.
I feel like having the SD card, the 1 terabyte, just solved all my problem. No, it wasn't a problem, but like about deleting stuff, just feels good.
Yep. No, I'm very much with you. I feel like I'm going to spend so much money. So by the time, hear me out. Not including the system. Well, including the system, which I think will be $800 with the Mario Kart. I still reckon I'll spend about $2,000.
Yeah.
I just
Launch games,
well,
camera.
no, yeah. So you got like you buy the Switch. I'll probably get 2 Pro controllers. Just get that out the way. I don't know if I'll get one and then maybe wait for an additional Switch Pro controller later, like a Zelda one or a Metro. When they do special Pro controllers later on the track. So maybe 1 Pro controller, but definitely like a second set of Joy Cons. Maybe like either 2 Pro controllers or one Pro controller and 1 set of Joy Cons. Then like a case, screen protectors.
Oh yeah, case. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what? That'll be in the Nintendo app tomorrow.
yeah.
You know, they're like, here's your white carry case.
Yeah, a case, screen protector. I'll get the camera. I'll probably end up getting the GameCube controller, like probably 2 of the GameCube controllers.
That's at launch.
Yeah, and that's at launch. And then obviously the games on top of that, which I feel like, well, like you were saying, Donkey Kong won't be far away, and Hades won't be far away. But once it all ends up, you pre-order on the Switch eShop or whatever, by the time it all gets home day one, I'm reckon you're probably looking at about $1,500 minimum once you include everything. And it's just, I'm like, oh, which is fair. I feel like that's what I said I'd spend anyway. I'm just like, oh, geez, that's a lot. It's just going to be an expensive launch day.
The Switch launch day, Pro controller. I think a bunch of amiibos and Zelda, and I got one to Switch, but I think I remember returning that.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, are we wasting time? Nick, should we be pre-ordering right now? Like, have they announced anything?
We could. Well, it is 1:06. We've been recording for an hour and 6 minutes, so I can stop the recording now, and we can get onto that. But yeah. I'm very excited. I'm not disappointed.
Nick, what are you like? Yeah, are you let down?
No,
in any way?
I think, like I said, we sort of had expectations in our head, which of like, oh, I hope we get a new Pokemon game or a new Zelda game or a new big thing like Twilight Princess HD, Wind Waker HD. No, we got the GameCube stuff. We got a new From Software game. We got a new Mario Kart, a brand new Mario Kart, which I didn't think they'd do, but I'm glad it's there. It looks cool. We got a cool new Donkey Kong game.
You didn't think they'd do a brand new Mario Kart?
Yeah. Well, like I thought. Wow. I thought it'd maybe be like a HD upres port or something like that with new DLC levels or whatever. I wasn't sure what it'd be, but yeah, brand new Mario Kart and then HD upgrades of a bunch of old games. So like, it's just I'm not really disappointed by anything really apart from the Smash Brothers.
Smash Brothers tease, yes.
But yeah, that's it.
It'll come.
But no price yet. I'm curious to see. Like, they didn't reveal price. They didn't reveal price for the upgrade thing. So that's it always raises an eyebrow when they keep those things secret.
I really do wonder how much the American tariff Trump thing has really affected things. And obviously, we're not experts. But maybe they're just like, oh, man, we got to wait this out. And, maybe if they haven't revealed the price, I do think that just means it's not going to be that $3.99 US that everyone was expecting. I feel like it's just going to be a smidge more.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching. We're Nick and Jeff. We are on YouTube and we are on all your favorite podcast platforms. So, yeah. Well, let us know when you're going to buy a Switch 2. Gosh, if you listen this far, you would.
Yeah, you're buying Switch 2. What are you getting? What are your expectations? Yeah.
Actually, what are you going to get? How much are you going to spend? I've said 1,000. Nick said 1,500.
Yeah. Now we got to go and buy our Switches now. Okay, bye.
See ya.
Love you, Jeff. Bye.
Love you. See ya.